A New Mexico teen recently received the Prudential Spirit of Community Award for her volunteer work for the past year. But it's what she did with an idea to bring books to kids in the metro that's getting a lot of attention. Here with more on her work, the library, and her award is Annika Kushner. Welcome, Annika. Can you tell me first just about Prudential, the program? What are they looking for in candidates?
Well, they're looking for children in 5th through 12th grades, actually young adults most of the time, who have done some sort of significant community service work that they think they deserve recognition for. Really, other people in the community want them recognized for.
Okay, and you were recognized.
Yes.
You mentioned that your principal is the one that helped you get enrolled?
Yes. So the applicant will fill out an application, write a couple essays, and then their application will be approved by someone in the community who sponsors them.
Okay, so what did you have to do? What was the extensive process to get enrolled?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. You just fill out this application that you can find online and then submit it and hopefully see how far you go.
Now, your volunteer work
Yes.
really got you recognized for this. Tell me about that. What have you done in the community?
I created a program called Start My Library, which is a giving library in Sandoval Regional Medical Center. And so the giving library is unique because the books are free and can be kept forever. So it encourages people to read and own a book of their own.
Why did you decide that this is what the Metro needed?
Well, actually, 46% of adults in New Mexico are functionally illiterate, so they can't read through a full chapter book. And a lot of that happens when they're kids because they aren't exposed to books and reading, and they get to school and they're too far behind to catch up, and then they get discouraged. So I wanted to give children and their parents access to books in a place they already go that were free, so they don't have the economic burden of a bookstore. And because books can be really expensive.
Or they don't have to go back to the library and return them.
Right, so they have something that they own that's in their own home that's theirs forever.
And I bet you that's pretty neat for them to be able to walk into, library, get a book and say, you know what, this is mine. I get to go home with it.
Yeah.
Do you ever see their faces, when you first opened?
I was actually there for my own doctor's appointment and got to see a little boy run up and choose a book and bring it back to his mom, and that was pretty cool.
What did he tell her?
He was just super excited that he got to have his own book. So.
It's pretty neat. So tell me, how many books have you guys received so far?
About 4,000 books have been donated, and an estimated 800 have found a new home.
Wow.
Yeah.
800 books
Yes.
have actually left and gone to New Mexico kids.
Mm-hmm.
What an amazing feat. Tell me about, people donate these books, correct?
Yes.
So how can people donate the books? And what are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for any fiction books, primarily in any language, Spanish and English primarily. And they can be taken directly to the hospital, or if they check out my website, which there should be a link to, there's more information there.
Okay, so you're looking for, you said nonfiction books, correct? And
Fiction.
Fiction books. So when they want to donate the books, can they just take one at a time? Do they have to take a big bin full, or?
Whatever works for them. It's up to them.
Okay.
So they can take one, or they can take 10, or they can take 100.
Let's go back to your award. You mentioned to me that you got a pretty good trip out of this. Tell me about that.
So I was a state level winner. So I got a trip to Washington, D.C. for about a week with my parents. And in D.C. there's trips, there's a banquet, a dinner, all kinds of things for awardees.
You also won a scholarship?
Yes, state winners win a $1,000 scholarship.
Okay. After you won the state, you went to nationals.
Yes. And national winners there's 5 in the high school level and 5 in the middle school level, and they win an additional $5,000 scholarship and $5,000 for a nonprofit of their choice.
That's so neat.
It is.
So,
it's a really cool program.
So inspiring. Did you meet a lot of other kids that were just really inspiring?
Yes.
Their stories of what they did?
There were some incredible people there. There was actually one boy in middle school who had run marathons. That's what he does. He wants to run a marathon on every continent, and he'd raised thousands of dollars for homeless children. It was very cool.
That's amazing. So, okay, we talked a little bit about how you can enroll. If somebody out there, a New Mexico teen says, you know what, I do a lot of volunteer work. Mm-hmm. What is their first step?
Well, your first step is to go online, look at the award, find out more information, and then complete the application. And keep in mind that the deadline is November 4th for this year.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Annika.
Thank you.
Such an inspiring teen. We have a lot of more information on the program and also on the Giving Library. Go to krqe.com, then click under KRQE links, and we will be right back.